Hello, and welcome to this weekly wrap. I am here to tell you about the biggest, latest, top stories that is rocking America today, that is rocking America and beyond, sparking debates all over America, all over this nation and beyond. I am Shahana, and I want to be able to tell you about the political developments that is happening and controversial stories as well that's unfolding across this nation and beyond. So let's get started, shall we? In a significant legal ruling, a federal judge has ordered Trump administration officials to preserve all messages from a private Signal group chat. This decision follows concerns that crucial communications regarding a military operation in Yemen, one that mistakenly involved a journalist, might be lost or deleted. The case highlights ongoing debates over government transparency and the use of encrypted messaging by high-ranking officials. As legal battles unfold, critics argue that preserving such communication is essential for accountability.
Of course, I'd be honored. I've said that for a year to serve in a future Trump administration in any capacity.
Thank you very much, Ellen. And I'd like to start by saying that our country is doing very well. Things are, as you can see, doing quite well. Please sit down. Before we begin, I just want to announce that I signed a proclamation a few moments ago honoring the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's famous speech to the Second Virginia Convention, in which he declared very well-known, very famous words, "Give me liberty or give me death." Has anyone heard the phrase? I think most of you have. And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. It's a big thing in this country, and as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world, but in particular Ukraine. We're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia, and one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that. And we spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see that come to an end, and I think we're doing pretty well in that regard. So hopefully we could save thousands of people a week from dying. That's what it's all about. They're dying so unnecessarily, and I believe we'll get it done. We'll see what happens.
A landmark case has reached the Supreme Court, where justices are now hearing arguments on whether the federal government has the right to influence or regulate social media content. The case stems from concerns about the government's role in monitoring polls related to COVID-19 election security and other politically charged topics. Free speech advocates argue that any form of government intervention on social media platforms sets a dangerous precedent, while others believe that some level of oversight is necessary to prevent the spread of misinformation. As the hearings continue, this case could shape the future of digital communication, and the power tech. Mass protests have erupted across Tesla showrooms worldwide as the Tesla takedown movement gains traction. Protesters are voicing opposition to Elon Musk's increasing influence within the Trump administration, particularly through his role in the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. The demonstrations, which started as peaceful protests, have led to clashes with law enforcement, prompting officials to classify attacks on Tesla properties as acts of domestic terrorism. The government's aggressive response has sparked a heated debate, with some accusing officials of prioritizing corporate interests over civil liberties. Concerns over political targeting are growing after ICE agents detained Rumeysa Öztürk, a Turkish national and graduate student at Tufts University, near her apartment. Öztürk, who is widely known for her pro-Palestinian activism, now faces possible deportation. Supporters argue that her detention is a blatant attack on free speech, while immigration officials claim that her visa violations were the sole reason for her arrest. As protests erupt on college campuses and human rights organizations demand her release, the case raises urgent questions about the rights of international students.
Going to your universities to take over a library and harass people. I don't care what movement you're involved in. We do it every day. Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take...
The Trump administration has escalated its crackdown on political activism by revoking the visas of more than 300 international students involved in pro-Palestinian protests. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, addressing the policy, stated, "Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take away their visa." The move has ignited outrage, with critics calling it a direct attack on freedom of expression. The debate over transgender rights in the military is back in the spotlight after the Pentagon announced plans to appeal a federal judge's ruling that blocked the Trump administration ban on transgender service members. The judge ruled that the ban violated the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution, stating that it unfairly targeted individuals based on gender identity. However, the Pentagon, under Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, insists that the policy is about maintaining unit cohesion and military readiness. LGBTQ plus advocates argue that banning transgender individuals from serving dishonors those willing to risk their lives for their country. Immigration rights groups are raising serious allegations against ICE, accusing the agency of enforced disappearance following mass immigration raids in New Mexico. Reports indicate that at least 48 individuals arrested in Santa Fe, Roswell, and Albuquerque are now accounted for, with no records of their location in detention centers. Families and legal representatives say they have been unable to reach their loved ones, while ICE insists that all detainees are being processed in accordance with immigration laws. The controversy has sparked calls for federal oversight and legislative action. Well, that wraps up this edition for this weekly wrap. I will continue each week on Sundays to bring you all the top, biggest, controversial stories. But for now, if you all can please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment and let me know what you think about these stories. I need to get at least 1,000 subscribers. That's what I'm reaching for. So please press that bell icon and subscribe today. And I will see you all next week. Thank you for joining me this evening. Take care.